Hello everyone, this is Xavier the Hedgehog here, and, well, you might notice I have a sketchbook in my hand. Well, not in my hand, but you get what I mean. Not to mention the title of the video, which is like right there, up there, whatever, wherever it is. Yeah, I'm going to show off at least how I draw Sonic the Hedgehog. This was a viewer request from somebody in my Discord server, which, if you don't know what my Discord is, it's in one of my more recent posts, and I'll probably make another post with it, and it'll probably be in the description. So there is no reason why you can't join the Discord server. If you don't have Discord, download it. Do it now. Anyway, so without further ado, so my most recent drawing of Sonic looks like this.
Look at this dude.
So we are either going to do better than this or do about the quality of this. But anyway, so with a Sonic character, I always start off with the head, which is just, you know, your typical type of sphere. Now some people draw the lines and others don't. I'm kind of one of the people that don't tend to draw like the lines that show the direction where the face is, because a lot of times I draw faces in the same position, so a 3/4 position. So anyway, no, that's not going to work. Yeah, I know I should probably like have drawing pencils and drawing erasers and all this other stuff, but those are supplies that I have for school. You know, and this kind of isn't a video for school. But anyway, so you draw the muzzle, which is going to look like that. Now you want to draw the eyes. The eyes aren't too hard to draw, but I think definitely the thing that you have to get right the most is how his eyes kind of slope down, but they also have a curve, like right around here, like right around the outside most part of the eyeball. Draw pupils. I like to draw the pupils a little bit thicker just to give it a little bit of a cuter look, but that's actually a pretty good distance for Sonic's eyes. They should look about that for going for the more kind of realistic take. Well, not realistic, but the more like actual art take on Sonic. They should be somewhere around that size, maybe a little bit thinner. Can't forget his eyebrows, or his little eyebrow ridges, however you want to call them. There we are. Now when you draw his nose, you might want to keep like the image of, say, like a bean or like a jelly bean in mind, because that's more or less what his nose is. It's like a little one of them disgusting black jelly beans. I hate those things. Okay, just color the nose in, and with this, see, Sonic characters, like, their expressions are very easy to read because of how large their eyes are and how their muzzle, like their mouth being within their muzzle and also being such a stark contrast to the fur color. Like, the design is genius because, like, the mouth stands out, so you can always tell what their expressions are. Where was I going with that? Well, I was kind of debating on whether I should give him just a smile or, like, one of those kind of adventure-style grins. But since I'm just going to be doing, like, a neutral stance, I'm just going to go for a smile. Because, you know, that's kind of Sonic's normal deal. It's just a normal smile. We'll focus on the quills in a second, but I want to get to drawing the body. Now, when you draw the body, there's two things you want to make sure of. One, the body's at an angle, because it makes the stance more dynamic, and it makes it look less boring. And two, that they don't have necks. Like, Sonic characters, like, literally don't have necks. In fact, if I had one of my action figures over here to show you, I would have. So, there's our body that we're going to use, which is the body is usually about 0.5 times the size of the head. So we're going to draw the legs now. Since I'm drawing modern Sonic, I'm going to give him longer legs. Another note, when you're drawing Sonic characters' legs, especially when you look at, say, like the 06 model, if you look like right around the part where the sock cuffs are, you notice that the legs get like a little bit thicker, as opposed to human legs, where from the shin down it gets thinner. That's kind of one of the things that you definitely have to make sure that you pay attention to with Sonic here, with making a Sonic character, at least as accurate as possible. So, this is what I've got right now. You could technically make this. You could technically make this part of a base, or make somebody like Mighty off of this, or something like that. I mean, you could, but you know, like I said, I'm making Sonic, so gonna draw the sock cuffs. There we go. His sock cuffs might look a little bit too big, but then again, like, everything on a Sonic character is too big. Their hands are big, their shoes are big, their legs are too damn tall in comparison to the body, their head is too damn big. Like, everything on a Sonic character is just too damn big. So, the pose that I kind of want to go for is just like your normal kind of whacking finger Sonic pose. So, you don't necessarily have to make the arms like this. You could make them like a pipe frame, like classic Sonic. That's honestly normally what I do, but for the purposes of this one, I'm going to make them normally bent. So, going to... Okay. Before I say anything else, one of the things that I have trouble with drawing the most are hands. But one of the ways that I kind of learned to draw hands a little bit better is either to just like try and emulate the pose that I want, especially with this hand, and just kind of like reverse where the thumb is. Or a lot of times I would there might be somebody sitting next to me, like maybe watching me draw, and I would have them do it. I'm going to put hand in a fist. There we go. I mean, that's not perfect, but you know, it's better better than absolutely screwing it up. Okay, so here's Sonic with the main shape of the head done, the body, legs. So I'm going to put his other arm at an extreme angle. Another thing that you want to do, at least with Sonic, is that when you connect the arms to the body, make sure that the arms overlap the body. Like especially when you look at, say, Sonic action figures, a lot of them have the arms like overlapping the blue. But you know, at that point, it's kind of whichever you feel like doing. Oh, by the way, another type of Sonic game that has like the arms and legs that get thicker as you go down is Sonic Riders. Then again, Riders just, Jesus Christ, man, those models. Just fix that real quick. Okay. You don't want to make a Sonic character's arms too thick, though. There we go. There's your sock cuffs. There's your one finger, 2, 3, 4. Now, Most people will tell you to draw the shoes in like a triangular shape or a pyramid shape. I just kind of like to see the shoes in more of how they would look in the final image, instead of trying to mask them over the shapes. Okay, I'm drawing the souls first to make another point. When you're drawing Sonic's souls, you definitely want to make sure that you get the heal in, because a lot of people that I see don't get Sonic's heal in. And if you're going for the most detail, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you put the little side thing in the back that he has. Make sure you get that one in. Now we're going to draw the straps. There's one. There's two. Gonna erase this and add a little bit of a bump to give the straps, to give the shoe some depth. Okay, now we are almost done. We have the tail. Well, the tail we're not really gonna draw because the hand will be covering it anyway. But the back quills, they really aren't a lot. Just make sure that you draw some. Just make sure that you draw something like that would look like it connects to the body, because like most of it is covered by the arm, so it's not like it matters too much. There is the stomach patch. Now finally the head quills. When you draw the head quills on Modern Sonic, you definitely want to start make their anchor points from this circle that you've already drawn. And when you're also drawing his quills, just make sure that the lower one is very slightly shorter than the middle one. Not to mention, you want the lower one to overlap the not the middle one. You want the lower one to overlap the middle one just a little bit. There you go. Okay, another important thing that even sometimes I kind of mess up on, with the ears, this isn't a thing I mess up on, but the next thing I'll talk about, I mess up on sometimes. You want to draw the ears. See, I don't really have like a lot of tips for drawing the ears. You just kind of, I guess, emulate what you see here. Sonic's ears aren't particularly huge, in all fairness. Just make sure that you follow the curve of the head that you established previously. But now we get on to the top quill. With the top quill, you definitely want to make sure that it's taller than your right ear. If you're drawing from this perspective, you want it to be taller than the right side of the ear. Why? Well, because if you look at official Sonic art, that's exactly how it's drawn. It's the top quill is always drawn over the ear, like the ear is shorter than where the top quill, than the peak of the top quill is basically what I'm trying to say. Let me just... Okay, there we go. That looks good. Gonna draw in the pupils and things of that nature. Alrighty, and there is our drawing of Sonic. Now you might have noticed that I didn't talk about the buckles at all, and that is just because, I mean, both these shoes are pointing in directions that you wouldn't be able to see the buckles anyway, so it's not like it matters too much, at least in this instance. Okay, but there we go. There is how to draw Sonic the Hedgehog. Just gonna clean up some of my lines in the face here. There we go. There's Sonic. Anyway, I thank you guys for watching. I guess you could say, this is Sonic the Hedgehog, signing out.